Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, we're going through some coins. We picked up somebody's entire PCGS submission, or actually at least one tray's worth. So let's bust these out of here, check them out, and actually they're backwards. Check them out. It's like a value submission. So there's 5 coins that are non-Morgan dollars and 15 Morgans. So let's bust them out. All right, we got them out, and we'll just look at the Morgans first. There's 5 different dates and 3 of each, and some of them have different grades. 83, 84, and 85O, and then 86 and 87 Philadelphia. And so there's a crap ton of these minted, over 19 million of each of those. And then these are more in the range of I think there's 8,700,000 and some thousand of those, and 9 million and change of these guys. So a lot less than these, but still significant numbers made. And the New Orleans mint coins are just really nice quality in general. A lot that are kind of almost proof-like from this batch. But some of these were kind of beat up. I don't know why. I guess it was a value submission. They didn't even do the gold shield or anything, so there's no images to share or anything like that. But it was a good deal. Ended up getting it for a percentage off of the PCGS value, so 20-some% off the PCGS value. So I thought it was a good way to go. So, like I say, there's 5 different dates of Morgans, and those 2 are the same grade. That one, though, got the proof-like designation, but 62 is kind of a bummer. But, yeah, pretty scraped up there. Looks like it's got road rash, but still pretty cool. Edge toning, I think these have been in albums or something before they were submitted. So yeah, I guess the person that had submitted them didn't really want to hang on to them, and I think they sold their whole collection off, and this was one of the things that I was offered. So that's the 83O. And then there's a bunch. There's 3 of the 84Os, and this is the lowest of the grades. You can see the luster's not all that. Reverse is nicer, but still not great. A little upgrade here. MS64, you can see definitely a lot nicer luster on this one, although some spotting not so cool. And then a 64 plus. So the value on these, on the Morgans, anywhere from 80-some dollars to $150. Nothing really crazy. I think maybe the proof-like one might be $200, but yeah. So this one's very nice. I can see why it got the plus, but still some chatter. And so yeah, the whole idea was to go faster here. So Coin Sense, let's pick up the pace. So last of the New Orleans in this batch, MS63, and then another 63. Some rash on the face on that one, I think. Yeah. Oh, also here too. And then a 64. Oh, nice. And then the Philadelphia minted ones, the 86. These, like I say, had 19 million minted. So pretty nice. I like the the condition, even though this is a lower grade one. Some marking and whatnot. Definitely some roughness there. Another 62. Trouble in Paradise. Reverse is nicer. And then I think this was a 64 also. So I think there's at least one 64 of each. That one's got some nice cartwheel. So that's cool. And then the last batch of Morgans. I got 63. This is the 87s. There's 63. A little bit of color on the edge, but not necessarily. It's got some nice luster. And then the last one, another 64, but big. Actually, I think that scratch is on the holder. So not bad. All right, save the non-Morgans for the dessert portion here, dessert course. So these aren't, high-grade coins or anything, no MS coins in this bunch, but 1835 half cent, XF40, still a cool coin, and 398,000 minted, not super low, but kind of cool. Value on this, $185 by PCGS, and population's 123, and there's 1,389 graded higher. All right, next up is one of my favorite coins, the 2-cent piece. This is an AU50. I know you can read. Large motto, we'll explain that in a moment. But yeah, 2 cent. This is the first year, actually, 1864. And Longacre is the designer. Let's see if we can get a better lighting situation going here, because there's some like toning or just some odd coloration there. So the 2-cent piece, actually this particular year, has quite a few varieties. The most notable is large motto versus small motto. And large motto is the more plentiful or more common variety. So nothing special on this one that way. But among the large motto, there are 3 different varieties to be aware of. There's a double die obverse, and I think in God We Trust that you can see some doubling if there was some. There's also a triple punch date, and then there would be the possibility of a reverse die clash with an Indian head cent. I think the obverse of an Indian head cent. That one for me is kind of tough to pick up, and so I've ruled out the other 2. I haven't completely ruled out that there's not a die clash, but I would hope, although this was a value submission, so I don't know if they would point that out if you didn't pay for the service. But anyway, very cool coin. Happy to have that one. Oh, value on this one is $100, and there's 139 in this grade, and like 2,176 graded higher. Next up, we've got a couple of $50 here. I love the cap bust $50. This one is a little bit past the date range that I prefer, like the kind of the earlier years, but still pretty cool. This one has kind of a lettered edge, and that's going to be important in a moment. But condition on this one, XF40, or grade anyway, 1822. So this one, there's 1,559,000 and change minted, so quite a few. In this particular grade by PCGS, there's 192 in the population, and there are 1,018 graded higher. I love the eagle on this one on the reverse. So there were different types of the $50, and so 50C was the predominant designation for the reverse, and like I mentioned, they had kind of edge lettering. It's difficult to see once it's been encapsulated or slabbed, but trust me. So that brings up our next one. This is 1837, and unfortunately this one is the only one of the bunch that didn't get a real grade. It's got a details grade, so somebody scraped it up there. They wanted to carve in some crap, so kind of ruined it. But this one is reeded edge, and you can see the reeds through there, and that's pointed out. So 1836 was the first year of the reeded edge, so this is year number 2. And they only made this particular design in 2 particular years. I said particular twice, I know it. We're moving on, not editing. 50 cents, it says. And after that, in 1838, it said $50. So it went from 50C to 50 cents and then $50. So those are the 3 varieties. There are some other minor changes, but that's the major thrust of the differences between the cap busts. And moving on, this was the pièce de résistance for me, even though it's a G4. This is kind of low grade for me. Fujio cent, and this was the big draw, really, for me to want to pick up the lot of coins. Mind your business. Doesn't mean that. Mean it the way we would think of it today, but a lot of wonderful history with this coin. I'm not going to do it justice with my little foray into it. You can't even see the detail on my coin. It should say Fujio here on the left side. This variety, actually there are a lot of different varieties of the Fujio cent. Mine is a 4 Sync or Syncofoil, and that is these little doohickeys right here. It's like a 5 petaled flower or rosette or something like that. So there's one on either side of the date and then one on either side of Fujio. That makes up the 4 Sync. And so that is a separate designation. So very cool. This is widely, well, I wouldn't say widely, but this is, it can be argued that this is the first U.S. coin. It doesn't say United States of America, it just says United States. Yeah, so this was the big draw for me. Not a, like I say, the grade isn't spectacular. I do want to get a nicer one eventually, but the value on this one is like $300. And population is 22 in this grade, and there's 1,932 graded higher. So happy to finally get a Fujio cent. All right, hopefully you've enjoyed checking these out. Had fun showing them off, and happy to add them to the collection. Anyway, thanks so much for watching Coin Sense and Nonsense. If you haven't subscribed, what's wrong? Come on, it's free. And leave me some comments. Love to hear what you have to say. I'll always respond. Sometimes a little late, but I'll always respond. So thanks again, and until next time, bye-bye.